Hello.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
Hello, Mynoo.
Hello, Asha ji.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Rakhi.
Hello, ma'am. Sorry, 1 second. The
Hi.
light is off.
Okay.
How are you?
Yes, I'm well. I'm well. I've just come out of a 2 hour long treatment, so my face is all hot and flushed and feeling very good inside.
What treatment? Something with the teeth?
One was an Ayurvedic treatment, and another one was a hot water immersion for 1 hour at 40 degrees.
Interesting.
So
Hi, Mynoo.
hello
I'm Asha's sister, and
from New
your
York.
vibrations come to me through her. Someday we will catch up.
Yes,
I would love
yes.
to. I'm based in New Jersey, so
Yes, I know. I think we've
you. I
spoken.
get your
right?
WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye, Nandi. Bye. How is it going? Parul is picking me. Okay. She'll come to the gate.
Hi. Advent iPhone. Can you change your name? Do you know how to rename?
Sorry, I don't know how to change it. My name is Kuhu. I don't know
Kuhu.
how to change. Yeah.
Kuhu. And spelled as?
Kuhu.
Okay. Anushri, can you rename?
But I can't see any iPhone menu actually. Oh, okay, yes. Kuhu. Yeah.
Kuhu.
Kuhu.
Yeah.
Kuhu.
Okay. Okay. So we are a small group so far. So let's begin by just presencing ourselves with one word that denotes the vibration of what we are feeling right now. So we'll begin with you, Justin, and then you can pass it to the next person.
Thank you. Transition.
Transition, okay.
Okay. And I will pass to
John, please pass it on again.
Asha for you.
Asha ji, please
Gratitude.
unmute yourself.
Gratitude. Okay. And Ashaji, you can pass it to the next person.
The next person.
Rakhi or Kuhu or Vineet, Lee.
May.
Okay, Lee.
Sorry.
Yeah, peace. And I'm on my phone, so I can't see people.
Okay. You can
Yanni
pass
go?
it to
About Yanni?
Yani,
No.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness.
Okay, Yani, you can pass it on.
Pass it on to Vineet.
Okay.
In the state transformation.
Okay. Pass it to Kuhu, Rakhi, Sapna.
I'll take it up. Kuhu, I'm feeling a little anxious.
Okay.
And I'll pass it on to Sapna. Can I ask the question?
So it is just one word that is that denotes what you're feeling right now. So you're sharing one word that denotes
Anxious.
anxious. Okay. And Rakhi.
I'm blessed.
Okay. And we have Kuntala joining, and Meena G is joining. She's had a few attempts and not been able to get in. Okay. Hello, Kuntala. Everyone is just sharing one word that denotes what they're feeling right now. Do you have a word?
Sorry, I missed something.
One word that you are feeling right now.
Blissful.
Blissful. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So this is a session which is all about Ask Me Anything. And a few things that I would like to share, since there are some of you that I'm seeing for the first time. When I don't always begin the session with asking people to share one word that they are present to. Vineet, did you share, right? Vineet, did you share your word?
Yes, yes.
Unmute. Okay.
We need to-
Anushri, you didn't share, so I should complete that.
Yes, Minu, yes. My word is upgrade.
Upgrade. Okay.
Yeah.
And my word is presence. So anything that you ask and I respond, and any discussion that takes place here, including anything that I teach you very specifically in terms of some insights, they're all such that you can apply them in any area of your life. So even this thing that we said, choose one word that denotes how you're feeling right now. Basically, what it's doing is, by you acknowledging it, whatever it is that you're feeling, be it anxious, be it upgrade, whatever it is, you're actually just completing where you're at, and you're giving yourself permission to be fully present in this conversation. Okay, so what I do for myself when I am with people or I'm about to, meet someone, for myself, I choose one word in my own mind and I just declare that. And that is a way in which I can be fully present. Because a lot of the time, because there's something going on in our minds, or there are certain thoughts that we are present to, we are not fully present ourselves. By acknowledging what's going on with us, it enables us to be present. So use it widely in whatever it is that you're engaged in. I'm going to open the floor up for questions in a few minutes. Today we will finish the session in an hour, so it'll be about 40 minutes left today. And any question that is asked by anyone, you can sit back and look at it and feel that, oh, that's interesting. Or you could actually understand that the fact that this question has been asked here and it is asked in your presence, in the answer that I'm giving, there will be an insight for you to take for yourself. Okay, so take it like that. Be very engaged with the question. Sometimes a question is asked, you may come up with another question that is linked to it, or I'm giving the answer and you want certain clarification. Remember, no question, no clarification is too small, or nothing at all is insignificant. If it arises, bring it on. Okay, so with that having been said, I open the floor for questions. Since Yanni has had his hand up, then I'll pass it to you, Anushri, to orchestrate this.
Sure.
May I ask, madam?
Yanni, we're bringing Yanni and Vineet. We'll come to you next. So
Yani,
Yanni,
please start.
if you turn on your video, then we can spotlight you as well. Great. Yes, Yanni, over to you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Thank you. Thank you. Only
Yes,
want to
go
go
on.
downstairs. Can you hear me now?
There's still a little bit of an echo. Speak
Echo.
a bit more.
Oh,
Speak a bit more.
can you hear me now? How about now? Is
Yeah,
it
that's
better now?
better. That's
Is
better.
that better?
Yeah.
Perfect. Sorry about the background noise. For I don't know how long, 10, 15 years, only when I go downstairs on my right knee, there's like a crick or a crack. No pain, no discomfort, just a crick or a crack. And about something like 18 months ago, this progressed to multiple 4, 5, 6 cricks or cracks as I go down the stairs, only on the right knee, no pain, no discomfort. I went to see Maori deep tissue masseuses in December, and the lady that tended to me said that the muscles around my knee are tight, and she worked on them and they got better. She also mentioned that the thigh area is all to do with relationships, all types of relationships. It did get better, but I think it's gone back to a similar type of a state. So I was wondering, please, what I need to do to.
Okay, so
heal
I'm going to
this.
give you two responses here. One is something very specific to deal with the physiological discomfort that you're having, and the second is the emotional root cause of this and the action that arises from that. Okay, so the emotional root cause for the right knee that rises up to the thigh region is your and I don't mean it disrespectfully, you will know what I'm saying, your inability to stand up to masculine authority. Okay. And it's not that you're not able. You know, as a kid, you were actually quite difficult to control. So you stood up all the time. And it comes naturally for you to lead the way. Right. But when there is a masculine authoritative figure, you choose not to stand up. And that's what is, like it's a reminder that, hey, you are an adult and a masculine authoritative figure yourself, and you exercise your authority just by simply being in your presence. And I don't mean authority in a controlling way. So like really own that, and step up for yourself, right? So that's the emotional part. What I would like you to look at here is examine which are these masculine authoritative figures in the past whose there is some association that you have of certain incidents that actually gets activated when you hear that tone of voice, when you hear a particular silhouette of a type of a person, those things get activated. And then you are not able to. So your knees are really saying that. And the thighs are urging you to stand up yourself, like, relax. So they're very tight that they are asking you to relax. So they want to relax around it. Okay. So do you know what I'm talking about? Can you go back into
Yes,
this?
that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Mynoo. Well, the simple, obvious one would be my dad.
Okay.
A lot of it was growing up very toxic, very abusive, very what do you call it, a tyrant. He was a tyrant, and I learned, as you said, to stand up to him as a teenager and say what I thought of about everything. But since and that led to a whole load of depression and all sorts of negative things from my 20s and 30s. But I've resolved all of that. Most of that, I think, I have definitely. My kind of like your relationship with, I think you said your ex-husband.
Yeah.
You resolved that, so it was similar. and I resolved that a lot of forgiveness inside of me. So I don't have that anger or animosity. But strangely, I think this must be like a negative entity or energy. Sometimes it'll pop in and I'll start to have an angry conversation with him in my head.
Yeah, so it's not about your dad anymore. Now it is your
Okay.
inability to stand up to people that displayed those kind of characteristics. It would have been formulated at that time, and I can see that you have actually resolved a lot of it. Now it's the association with that kind of vibe. You just don't like to stand up to that. You hold yourself back. So it's like, own your power. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, the second thing is you actually do have a physical discomfort. So that is there. There is a therapy that
So just to add to what you just said, Mynoo, there's no pain or discomfort. I hear the sound of it cricking. So there's no pain or discomfort at the moment, thankfully,
okay.
but it cricks and cracks.
Okay. But I can see the tightness. It's like it starts, so it'll probably be a very short and small thing to be worked on. There is a particular therapy called matrix rhythm therapy. It was invented by Dr. Ulrich Randall, and there is a very, very good practitioner for that in the UK. So I will connect you to her, and she will tell you if there is someone in Peterborough who could come and do this work with you. Okay, it's a type of device actually that sends out certain pulses, which remove the load that causes the crackling, which is what the knee is doing to readjust. Okay, so it doesn't need to be there at all. This is not meant to be there. So you should be able to resolve it very easily, but deal with the emotional side as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I was thinking, the tension in my belly area as well. Sometimes I get anxious and I don't even realize it, and I realize, wow, I'm so stressed. And thank
So
you.
the belly area is a very big area. It would be good for you to really look at where in your belly area. Is it in the stomach region? Is it in the upper part? Is it in the small intestine? Is it just in the cavity itself? Just get a little bit more understanding of that.
I think
There's a nuance, which is what you need to deal with. That's why I'm asking you to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yanni.
Thank you, Mynoo. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, Vineet, Anushri, you can bring Vineet in.
Madam, today I mentioned the word transformation. So actually I am in the state of transformation. So today two questions have come to my mind. They are how we identify the true spiritual mentor to follow the highest path of meditation, that is liberation. And to follow that, what should be the daily routine so that spirituality and bread earning, whatever it is, go side by side without any deviations.
Okay. How do your who is the best spiritual mentor for you? You will feel it within you. If you're connecting to various people and you have that feeling of like really, I call it uninterrupted flow of yumminess, then you can work with that person for that period of time. Remember, you are your best teacher in terms of how you connect to your own spirit. In my world, spirituality is that connection to our own spirit. So you are the best one for you. Now, you could have a mentor who can, point you in the right direction from time to time. So it is good to then look at, okay, I know of this work, and see what emerges for you. You can have multiple mentors. I for the longest time, I had at least 3. Now I have several that are there from this plane and beyond that I work with. as mentors, and we co-mentor each other sometimes, so don't get attached to there has to be one. Because right now you are asking this because your spirit is calling to soar. And it really wants to be recognized as, the teacher that you have been looking for is you.
Yes, madam.
Okay. And it's just like, if you are a teacher and, from time to time, if you're going to cover a particular aspect in a syllabus, you might go out and seek some mentors who you might bring in to teach you or to mentor you so that you can teach that further, right? So similarly, you as the teacher of your connection to your own spirit, you can seek out mentors from time to time, but never give up that ownership of you as the one that you have been waiting for. Okay.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
And then the second one was a practice so that you can earn and live in this body, fulfilling whatever the needs are, whilst also taking on a spiritual practice, right? Is that the question?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So what I have found for myself that, being connected to the spirit of me enabled me to be connected to the spirit of everyone and spirit of the planet itself. So I created my own morning routines. I like to do it in the morning, and then I like to do a touch base set of routines. So I'm just going to share what I use, right? So I begin my morning with the 9-4-6 breath. The 9-4-6 breath aligns your mind brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. So your mind brain is about survival, and it oscillates between past and future, but it's really about survival. So it's like, by lining the mind brain, you're actually acknowledging that, okay, I really get the importance of survival, so relax. Your heart brain is operating in the now. Okay, so your survival instinct is like, okay, it's ticked off. Your presence in the now is also ticked off. Your gut brain is where your gut is a repository of the wisdom that your soul has amassed through all of its journeys. And it is through the gut that we actually develop a thriving instinct in which survival is taken care of. So the 9-4-6 breath, where you breathe into the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 6, is a way of aligning your survival instinct, presencing yourself in the now, and tapping into the wisdom of your soul, and that has you step forward in a thriving, regenerative way. So that's the first thing that I do. I sometimes, I do have a whole morning practice, so I'm not going to talk about that. But in the context of the meditation that enables me to live my life day to day, go earn the money and also continue, I do a morning meditation, which is first thing in the morning meditation. I think, Anushri, it would be great if we can share that with everyone.
Okay.
So what that does is in that meditation, I visualize reconnecting to my gifts and talents. And I envision standing up and stepping out of my bed, of my room. And I take my steps and I'm meeting people, sharing generously my gifts and talents with them and exchanging theirs with me. And I just visualize, this is occurring, this is occurring. Okay. And come back into my body and end it with a 9-4-6 breath 3 times. And then rub my hands and open my eyes. And then I get on with my day. Sometimes if I have time or if I'm traveling or something, after this meditation, I would go on a rampage of gratitude. like really acknowledging everything that I can be grateful for. And then you carry on with your day. So that is a very quick, practical practice that you can use. Okay.
Thank you, madam. We like to watch that video which you have mentioned for morning meditation.
Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you. Over to you, Anushree.
Hello, anyone wants to ask? Asha? I think Asha wants to ask question.
Asha ji.
Oh,
Haan, Asha.
I can ask.
I met a lady. She's Indian.
Yes.
She lives in Switzerland, and just met 3 days back. And her name is Prema, and she told me that she's working. She has a shop, gem shop, and so many children, so many people passing on. They enter, and she can visualize that some of the children have come to this world to work for something, and they have she gave me a particular name which I don't remember now, what they call this type of children. They were in yogis in past life or whatever it is, and she's working for Mother Earth. Everything, she just told me that you are near balcony, just with your tree talk. So I just thought of you, and I mentioned about you, and she said I would like to meet her, or I would like to talk to her. So now she's planning to see me on 2nd March. So maybe if you're not in Bombay, we can just talk on Zoom or voice, something like that. So much similarity, your work and what you are doing. It was very interesting to meet her. And remember the function that I had mentioned to you? She came to meet Sangha Sennaji. She was there. I can send you her photograph on WhatsApp. I'll send you her picture.
Yes, please
It was
do.
very
Please
interesting.
do.
It was very interesting to talk to her, because the way she said, I can show you how to do this. Means, what you mentioned about gratitude and all that, actually you feel that, and this is like a sixth sense, how you can interpret what are the questions you are answering. For that's 1 second you are in pause, and then you immediately mention. So this is the sixth sense. It is not from anywhere else, it is not. So something like that it was. That was very interesting. That was one thing. Secondly, also mentioned when your morning meditation that after when you're doing meditation, you share your gifts and talents to people. That means you talk to whom?
No, in my meditation, I visualize as if I'm going out there, I'm owning it, and I'm just, the people are connecting with me, they are receiving the benefits of my gifts and talents. I just visualize that journey.
So whether they are there, they are not there, but it's the same people with whom you are in connection, or anybody.
When you do the meditation, it just guides you to see what shows up. Now, sometimes I know what's happening during the day, or I have a plan. Then I do bring in those people, as a conscious act of visualization. Okay. I want to say a little bit about the children that she's talking about. So, since about 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, there was a particular group of enlightened children that started being born on this earth. The first group that they came in about 30 years ago, 35 years ago. They were the indigo children.
Same word she used. This was the word she had used.
Yes. Now, indigo children were warriors. They were literally clearing the way for what was to occur. Then after the indigo children, they were followed by what was termed as the crystal children. And these crystal children came in with completely infused with this energy of love and wanting to really spread love. So they were not combative, they were not warriors. They really were about just, doesn't matter what is going on, they were just going to be in this space of spreading love. And there have been at least 3 further iterations of that now. So this happened about 9 years ago. And then since then, there have been 3 further iterations of enlightened frequencies until the last 4 years, last 5 years actually, where there is a consistent minimum base level of enlightened frequency that children are born with now. And if you don't have that level of frequency, you actually don't, you're not born on this planet. So as a result, with every new child that is coming in, there is quite an up-leveling of the overall enlightened frequency consciousness of the planet itself. There's a lot more that we can talk, just like, somebody had asked questions about twin flame and stuff last time, and I said we could do a whole session just on that. This whole understanding is another thing like that. The indigo children, I mean, all of these children are very sensitive to energies of what's going on. So Yani, who's here in our midst, is an indigo child. So he is one of those indigo child. I know that my son is as well an indigo child. So they are very sensitive, and they really do hold true what it is that they have come here to do. But sometimes, because they are very sensitive, and they are not afraid of taking on conflicts, they're not afraid to fight their battles. Sometimes these kids can get exhausted and deluded, and they can take to alcohol and other forms of abuse, but they always autocorrect somehow. They need a pattern interrupt, and they do autocorrect and return back to the magnificence of what they're here to do. Now they have got, crystal children and many of these other enlightened beings. Life has become so much easier. It's very interesting for me to see Sai with his 2 little ones who are of a fairly high enlightened frequency. The little one, the 2-year-old, or whatever, he's nearly 2, he'll be 2 in March. He is of a much higher enlightened frequency than even the older one, because that's where the planet is going. So it's quite a special time that we are in.
But, will you be here on 2nd March?
No, I won't be in Mumbai. I'll be in Delhi.
Yeah, but we can talk, no?
Yes, of course we can. Yes.
Yeah. So I'll speak to her and I'll come back to you.
Yes, sure. Thank you.
And when are you coming to Bombay?
Haven't finalized yet.
You had told me a few days back that you will show me how to get inside, I told you about the spiritual life.
Yes, we need to arrange a time to do that. I'll ask Anushri to coordinate that with you. Thank you, Asha.
Only after 17th February.
Yes. Thank you, Ashaji.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Next question is from Sapna.
Yeah, so Sapna.
Hello. I'm basically worried about my child, and we've reached a point where whatever we do, it's like we fall short. And he has some baggage from the past. He's 14 years, where he feels that, maybe we didn't support him and weren't very supportive of him. But nothing's really working. So I don't really have a question. I'm telling you where I am. And
yes. Okay, so let me share a few things with you that may be some practical exercises that you may be able to do together with him. So the first thing is, when we have whatever we vibrate, we share, right? And if we are vibrating certain frequencies about someone, we actually share that with them, right? Not only that, the universe is here in service of us. So the way the universe works is that it applies a multiplier effect on whatever it is that you're vibrating. So what happens here is that you are anxious about your child. So you're placing the vibration of anxiety in his field. That's not what you want to do. You actually love him.
Yeah.
Right? But that vibration of anxiety is so overpowering that is the vibration that is being taken into his field. So he's giving you more reasons to be anxious about. And the universe sort of says, oh, she actually likes that anxiousness because you get even more anxious. So the universe gives you even more things to be anxious about. So it's like you've got into that cycle where, anxiousness is multiplying. And it's actually, he doesn't want to be in this anxious space. He doesn't like that. But he's like in a little bit of a trap because that's all he's getting vibrationally. You may be saying something, but vibrationally, there's a saying that they say, who you are being is so loud that I can't even hear what you're saying. So you're being anxious. So he's not able to hear even what you're saying. He's really receiving the anxiety. Right? So first of all, it's useful to understand that. But really what you want to share with him is love and care.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to share anxiousness. So the first thing is but your thoughts are loaded with anxieties, right? So for me to say, oh, think only good things, it's like it won't happen. It'll be hard. It'll be like conflicted. You'll go into a series of conflicts. So then more conflicts will start happening between him and you, right? So we're going to take some steps. So the first step will be for you to maybe even write down everything that you feel anxious about, that you really are ready to put a stop to. Take a clean sheet of paper and write down everything that you feel anxious about. Okay? About him, about yourself. Just really we're going to release and purge out this anxious thoughts from you. Okay? Take 2 or 3 days if that's what it takes, right? And once you've done all of that, then you declare, okay, I unconditionally accept all of this. Because remember, anxiousness is often a result of a meaning we have given to something that occurred. Right? He may have behaved in a particular way, or he may have said something, you made it mean something, and then you became anxious from that point on.
Yeah.
And then literally anxiousness started multiplying anxiousness. So by you writing it down on a piece of paper and putting a stop to it, just like really putting a stop to it, and then getting to the end of everything that you can possibly write about what you're anxious about, declaring that I unconditionally accept what is, you are finally stepping away from that burden of anxiousness. Now you're going to actually apply the power of the elements, right? So everything that you've written that you're anxious about, you will use fire to burn it.
Okay.
Right? So fire as a sacred element destroys, and in its destruction, it transmutates to a new state. Okay? And the new state is really one of love and care. Right? So I suggest you do this burning in a pan. And once it is burnt, make sure that everything is burnt and it's turned to ash, add water to it. And that water and ash mixture you put into the soil. Okay, so that way you have purged it out. Now water washes away the debris. So anytime you get any confusion or conflicts in your head, it washes that away and brings flow into your thinking. How do you express love and care? And when you put that into the soil, you're anchoring your intention of love and care.
Yes.
Okay, so that's like the first set of steps, right? Now, once anxiety is out of the way, it doesn't have that, it's not loading you, you can now really envision what would your relationship if anything was possible, what would be the relationship with your son and you? What would be going on there? Like really describe it. It doesn't matter that it doesn't exist like that right now, but it doesn't matter. You can always, what I'm doing here is everything is a vibration, including our thoughts. So when you think something, you actually anchor its vibration in your reality, in your current reality. It only doesn't occur because it is so crowded with so much other stuff, right? That's why it doesn't actually occur. But we have got you to purge out the anxieties. And now you're going into what is going on in my life if I have the best relationship we could possibly have. Describe what that is like. Describe what you look like, what you sound like. What are you feeling when you have that amazing relationship? What does he look like? What sort of words is he using? How is he feeling? What are you guys doing together? Now, once you've described that, like I again say, write it down, because that really, see, in writing, you use your fingers. This is a Gyan Mudra or a Dhyana Mudra, right? It's one that connects you to your inner wisdom. It's the one that actually, also gives you that concentrated focus, right? So in writing, you're automatically applying that acupressure activation of your pineal that is taking place, and your pituitary, actually. Right? So now once you've done all of that, then you go into, okay, so if this is what I want to have it, what is my logical next step? You're now getting into what action can I take now? Okay, and that is you. What action can I take for myself? Okay, and then you go ahead and take that action, and then you ask, what is my logical next step now? Take that action. Take the net, like for this, because it has been going on for a bit, and there's some intensity that is occurring there. Do one step at a time, and make sure when you arrive at the logical next step, take it in the next 10 minutes. Make sure the step isn't some big thing that's going to take forever. What can you do right now? We want to get your actions rolling.
Got it.
In this realm of love and care. Then the universe goes, she's serious about this love and care stuff. She's in action. Let's multiply that.
Got it.
Okay, just get going with it.
Yes.
Get going with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mynoo, can I ask one question? In
Rakhi has one
connection with
question.
Just 1 minute.
Yes.
Are you on video?
I am yeah.
Okay, so Anushri, can you have her spotlighted?
Yes.
Yeah, just now regarding the lady who asked the question about the sun, I was visualizing the harmony of two boys, everything. And
Yes.
that picture I'm creating every day morning, and what exactly I want in this particular situation. So is it a right way? I'm asking
Yes,
you, is it a
yes,
right way?
totally.
And what I do,
totally.
I
Remember
just
to
look at-
acknowledge. Ashaji, remember to acknowledge any anxiety that you may feel about the ways things are.
Okay.
All right. And then, unconditionally accept what is. Do the burning and adding water and putting it into the soil. Do the unconditional acceptance of what is. Then you go ahead and really envision the most amazing exchange and interaction and loving connection.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you to the lady who asked the question also.
Yes. See how important it is to share where you're at, because I'll pick up what requires to be responded to.
Next question is from Rakhi.
Okay. Hello, Rakhi. Oh, unmute, 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 unmute.
Unmute yourself.
Do you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Past 1 year, I'm having issue with my eyes. I have dry eyes, and in the morning when I try to open my eyes, the first layer of the cornea gets irritated, inflamed, and the doctors have removed the first layer of the cornea 3 times in the past 1 year. And so I'm using a lot of fake tears and drops, and they're not able to understand why this is happening. So I'm using a lot of steroids and medications and drops to fix that. And I was in India. They recommended me going for lippy flow, some new treatment, but I don't know what to do because like a lot is happening with my right eye.
Yes. So given that you are already, doing whatever treatment is being suggested to you, I'm going to focus on the emotional root cause for this, okay, for the eye thing, and I'll share that with you and see what emerges for you from that. So the eyes are a part of our sensory system, and our sensory system, which are our sensory organs, they certainly perform their physiological function, but they're also about senses, right? So eyes show you, and they also have enable you to sense what is actually being shown. And a lot of the time, like ears, you hear, but they also enable you to sense what is really being communicated here. Like touch, okay, you feel the touch, but actually what the touch is also enabling you to sense is what are you really meant to feel into here, right? So we don't use our sensory organs in that way. However, they do the work. They sense into what's really being shown, and they log it. And they so when something goes wrong, in any of our organs, and there's an emotional connection to it, it is like a load, so just like many of you have heard me talk about a Russian doll. You remember the one that bobbles backwards and forwards, the one that has a doll into a doll into a doll, right? And you can push it down and it comes back. Our body is like that. It's meant to come back to its normal state. But when we load it, just like when you put pressure on the Russian doll and you load it, it can't come back that easily. So when an organ starts to feel discomfort, or an organ starts to get diseased, it's often because there is load there on that organ. There's some emotional load that has been building up for a while. So with the eyes, it is often to do with stuff that is actually being shown to you in certain circumstances, not everywhere, not every time. In certain circumstances, it has not been something that you want to see. It's not something that you want to experience. So you've been shutting it out. Now, I don't know what that would look like, or which I'm not guided to share with you where you look for this, but just have a look. And the right eye is to do with male female dynamic, something that is like that you might have witnessed through your life. Go back the last 5 years, go back the last 10 years, and see if there's any male female dynamic that you've noticed that you really did not want to see, but you weren't able to act on it, or you chose not to act on it, or you didn't even acknowledge. You just said, okay, I just have to keep moving forward. So just look at where that might be the case. Okay. And, acknowledge those things, see how you feel about it, acknowledge that. And really, where I want you to get to is to acknowledge it all, remove the load, unconditionally accept what is, and then that releases the load. Then your eyes can return to their originating intent and start to rectify themselves. There are a few eye exercises that I would also suggest. So we do have a video of me doing them with a whole collection of other exercises. So Anushri, if you can make a note of this, this is the video that we send to the miracle journeyers when
Okay.
I teach them how to do the breathing and the lymphatic massage and the eye exercises.
Mhm.
That's the video. So if you share it with me, then I'll sign it off on what you can share with Rakhi.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I want you to do
Yeah.
this piece first, Rakhi, and then get back in touch with me. Okay. I don't want to overload you with too much else. So
Sure.
let's release this emotional load first. Okay. The eye
Okay.
exercises, we'll send it to you and you can start doing them. But
Okay.
once you've done this, don't rush into it either. Take however long it takes. Okay. And it sounds like, what's the connection there? But I think Anushri herself might be able to share, like she had a severe back issue, and I shared with her it has something to do with the lack of support she feels. And I got her to do the same thing, to acknowledge where there was a lack of support and get to a point of unconditional acceptance of what is. And sure enough, that load was lifted and the back issue also resolved itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will do.
Rakhi, you are in the Beyond Meditation group?
Yes, I am.
Okay, okay. I'll share you. Okay. I will share
Thank
with you.
you.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I can see Munisa from South Africa. Wow, so good.
Hi, Mynoo. How are you? Long time.
I know.
You in Dubai now?
I'm
You
actually
still
in
there?
India right now.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
Connecting from India. Lovely.
connecting from India. If you have a question, we'll bring you in.
Mm, just observing at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, Mynoo,
Thanks.
Juston has a question.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, good day.
Hi.
So I'm curious about I feel like I'm getting ready to free up most of my time. My largest client, Allie, probably we're not going to move forward with much of a scope. And I'm curious about geographies that would be a good place for me to be if anything shows up in the springtime. Heading back to Boulder is a possibility. Maybe exploring Mexico or Bali or Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Just curious what signals
So
come through.
Bali is not conducive to where you're meant to go. So that you can, I'm telling you what you can cross off the list.
Mm-hmm.
So you can cross off Bali. So I'm actually picking up Boulder is where you will get your inspiration from, but I'm picking up New Mexico rather than Mexico.
Strange. Fascinating. There's not much there.
But there
Okay.
is, if you recall, when you'd come to Bali and we done all that work all those years ago, there was a whole, and you did the prosperity clearing and stuff, and there was this download that you received, right, which is a blueprint.
Mhm.
It's an upgrade that is waiting to come through.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Boulder is great because it really does surround you with the nature spirits of okayness.
Mhm.
But you won't be there. It'll be more like a pit stop to
Yeah.
receive and then move forward.
Yeah. 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 Beautiful. Um, you you also mentioned a little while back that there's some female partnership or romantic interest that of someone I knew that would be coming into my life at some point, and I'm curious what information or direction, possibly even, you know, what circles to explore being in or what parts of the world to explore being in.
I think you should just simply be you. I mean, this person is as much of a nomad as you are, and you will literally find each other.
Yeah.
And the reason, you know, your own guides are really keeping you a little bit protected to receive this next download, the uploading of your new of the blueprint.
Interesting. Is there any time frame that shows up for this, like New Mexico, Boulder?
I'm seeing a
times? 'Cause it
lot of,
seemed-
I'm seeing 2 or 3 shifts over the next 3 months, so it's quite imminent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Boulder, download new blueprint, the next place, and the next place, like that.
I love it. Makes my heart sing. Wonderful. Thank you.
Great. Okay, any other questions? We have. We can
I have a
one more.
question.
Yes. Who is that?
I have asked you one question on chat.
Oh.
Okay, and who is the other? Yes, Ashaji, one moment, I will have a look. And who is the other person whose voice I sort of heard?
That's Kuhu.
Oh, Kuhu, okay.
Kuhu, turn
Kuhu,
on your camera, please.
Turn on your
Yeah.
camera.
1 second.
Ashaji, it's the same exercise
Yeah.
for blurred vision.
Yeah. Both the questions to this time, without my asking, only I'm getting the answers. You are great.
Thank you. I feel very blessed.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
You're
go.
always blessed.
2 things I want to ask, if it is okay to ask 2.
Yes.
One, a very simple, like for a mom of a teenager, similar to Sapna's questions, but yes, I can't really get my son to sit down and study. So have tried love, have tried affection, have tried anger, have tried cajoling, have tried incentivizing, but do not really see that happening. So what should I do differently so that happens, or just leave it so that it will happen by itself? Second question that I wanted to ask, recently I felt somebody's presence around me. So I don't really know whether it was right of me to understand something like that. And at that point in time, in my heart, I said that right now I'm not ready to talk. So I don't really know whether that was a right experience or a wrong experience. It just felt very strongly that there were 2 people around me.
Okay. Okay. I will tell you about that in a moment. So the first one is the question about your son. It's time to have a dialogue, right? Really, it's time to have a dialogue where you understand his. It's like, you know, you've done what you can think of doing up to this point in time, you know, cajoling him, rewarding him, all that stuff, disciplining him, and it's still not happening. So it's like there's something else that he is seeking that is missing. So it's more like, okay, let's just have a mama son pizza time, or whatever you decide. Like really go somewhere, which is like really connection time. You'll need to declare that you're not.
So which he refused. He refuses to go
He doesn't want
out.
to be. He actually doesn't want to be in a place where all he's hearing is you telling him off, or you giving him a lecture. He doesn't want to be lectured. So it's more like, you know, let's just regroup on all of this. Let's just regroup on all of this. And let's just go have some fun. Let's go somewhere that you would like to go. and we'll just connect. That's all I want to do. Get that reconnection going. And it's about co-creating what the next phase of his life is. It's nothing to do with studies or anything. You know, all of that will occur. The boy is a responsible boy. He's not irresponsible. You know, when he takes it on, he does it. When he takes on something, he
That's
does
right.
do it. He does do it. So it's just something is not sparking right now. By you saying it, it's not. It's like you have the lighter and you've got the spark, but it's not doing anything for him. So it's like, okay, let's just regroup. I just want us to connect. Nothing to do with anything other than I want the mom-son connection to, let's just work on making that happen. So let's co-create that. So get that rhythm when you're relating where you start co-creating.
Okay.
Okay. And it literally, you will have to be cautious and conscious of not bringing study in. And it'll take some effort, right? I mean, you're an Indian mom. I was an Indian mom, and my son was very clear he didn't want to go to university. I mean, it's like, my God, you know, this is like a shock to my system, you know? But then we did the reconnection part, and it was very interesting what he actually wanted to do.
Noted.
Okay. So it's like draw the line on wherever you've been up to this point in time, not picking up that anxiety. That's why I'm not saying anything about anxiety. You're just concerned. You're picking up some concern, but nothing more than that, you know? So it's like, okay, just drawing the line there. I want to reconnect with my son. I want us to become co-creative, comrades. So let's begin by co-creating our mama-son time and see what emerges.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you. Okay. With that having been said, I will just invite each one of you to just share one word that you're present to, and we will complete our session today. And I'm going to remove the spotlight. And yes. So we'll begin with you, Kuhu, one word that you're present to that comes to your mind to complete our session today.
Happy.
And you can pass it to the next person.
Asha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Blessed. My word is blessed.
Thank you. Ashaji, pass it to. Justin, Yanni.
Yeah. To Justin.
Thank you, Delight. And I'll pass to Asmik, please.
Thank you. My word is numeric healing. And I pass it to, I can't see. Wait.
Rakhi,
Lee
Lee.
Collins. Lee Collins.
Okay.
Lee.
Yeah. And my word is gratitude. And I'll pass to Vineet.
Enlightened.
And you pass it to Vineet.
Enlightened.
Yes, and you can pass it to Sapna, Kuntala, Muniza, Shivani.
Raki.
So for me, I would say it's informative. Thank you.
And you pass it to?
Sapna.
Okay.
I feel calm.
Okay. Sapna, you pass it to?
Muniza.
Okay.
My breath.
Okay. Pass it to, there's Nidhi, Shahala.
Shahala.
Shahala, okay.
Yeah, hi. It is so evolving for me, today's session. So evolved is my word.
Okay, and you pass it to Shivani or Nidhi? Or
I
Anushri?
think, yeah, Shivani.
Oh, my word is I'm just feeling lucky and gratitude. And I pass it on to Anushri.
Okay.
My word is again gratitude, and I pass it to Nidhi.
I feel happy and satisfied.
Great. And you pass it to me, and my completion word is majestic. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. If you would like to join the Beyond Meditation, it will be at 9 p.m. India time, so about an hour and um,
Uh,
20
I
minutes
have
or
one
so
question.
from now.
I have one question.
Okay, who's that?
Yeah,
Yes.
Shahala. Shahala. I think you have missed that second question of Kuhu. I wanted to hear that answer.
Which one? What was the, just remind me then?
Yeah, Kuhu, you have asked two questions, right? You first
That's
one
right.
answer, yeah. Second one was you
There's this
you felt
energy
some presence.
that
Yeah,
you felt,
yeah.
right?
I wanted to hear that
Yes.
answer. Yeah.
Okay. So Kuhu, we all have spirit guides and guardian angels. We all have them. And there was this conversation that we had last time around about twin flames and soulmates and stuff. And I talked about twin flames are very rarely born at the same time. And often the twin flame can be a spirit guide. So you've experienced a changing of the guides very recently. And the presence that you were experiencing was that of your twin flame, who has really stepped forward as the lead spirit guide that is guiding you along the way. And that was the energy that you were feeling. And there is another guide who is an ancestor, who's one of your guardian angels, and she is your Parnani, so your great grandmother from your mother's side. So you felt those energies. That's what happened.
So transition of the guardian angel. Sorry, just help me understand. It is
Your
so
guardian
one is
angel, yeah, your Parnani, your grandmother's, your Nani's mother is one of your guardian angels who's been there from the time that you were born, and your twin flame that is all has joined your spirit guide. So guardian angels look out for you. They strategically guide you, and they strategically bring in opportunities and um, connections. Your guides guide you day to day. So
why was that? I felt as if I was literally, they were talking to me in my living state.
yeah, well, that's
Or
what they
was
do.
it a
The
dream?
our guides often talk to us, but we hear it in the form of intuition, or you just feel it. It's like you hear yourself sometimes speaking some words and thinking, actually, where did, I've sensed this, but I don't know where it's coming from. But it is coming, this one was coming from your guides and guardian angels. It's not always the case, but in this case, it is.
Any particular reason that both of them stepped into?
Well, because you've had a new set of guides. So they want, your twin flame is a very beautiful feeling. You feel like you feel something in your heart region, and it can feel a lot. So it can feel sometimes like, why am I drawn to this, which is something that I can't even see? So your guardian angel, who is your great grandmother, stepped in to just hold the space and let you know that it's okay. It's okay. So there's some direction that you're going now in your life, which is being supported by them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very heavy. But at the same time,
Yes,
very gratifying to know
it's very
also.
special. Yeah, it's a very special experience to have. Not everybody has it, so Really savor it.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Even I had two questions, but in the interest of time, I don't know whether you'll be able to take up it or not. Maybe next time, or if you say I'll quickly just summarize. There are two things going on in my mind. Can I put a question? Can I ask, or is it late?
Let me ask, and I'm just going to send a message to someone I was supposed to call at 7:30, but ask.
Okay, so I'll quickly so it is again regarding my child. I feel that she is very blessed, but she's a teenager, and sometimes she becomes very low, and her esteem becomes very low. What should I do to pull her up? And sometimes she says the words like I hate myself, or I don't want to live. So these are very scary for a mother to hear, and very at the drop of a needle she would say like that. And secondly, health issues of my husband. He is having fatty liver issues. So what can I do to help both of them?
Okay. So the first thing about your daughter, right?
Her name is
It's very
Indrani.
important, when she shares that she's feeling upset or whatever, right? It's really important to receive her where she's at. As the natural reaction of a mother is that, oh, don't think like that, don't speak like this, right?
Yeah.
But she really just wants to be received. She wants to be seen. She wants to feel she belongs. It's when she doesn't feel that, like doesn't get her voice across, or like it's not heard, is where she goes into all of these self-deprecating proclamations. So it's really important for you to receive her where she's at, first of all, right? And then ask her to share more with you. Tell me more.
I've tried to put her in meditation, or
This is the thing,
breathtaking.
you're attempting to fix her, which basically communicates to her that she doesn't belong. You're not getting her, you're not receiving her. She doesn't need fixing, she actually is fine. She just doesn't feel heard, she doesn't feel she belongs, doesn't feel she's seen. And then you, in a loving way, you encourage her to do meditation, but then you're not actually receiving her where she's at. Right? So what if you didn't fix her at all? She's perfect, and which she is. Just allow her to share with you, okay, so tell me more, what's happening? And she may say, I don't feel like talking right now. Okay, whenever you feel like talking, I'm here with you. Okay, like that, as opposed to giving a solution. I was one of those mothers, by the way. Like the moment something came in, I would have a solution. Until my son just held me one day and said, Ma, I just want to talk. I just want to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Don't give me a solution. I'll figure it out. I want you to trust me that I can figure it out.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I was being a mother, like he once made a statement which was like so scary for me.
Yeah.
He bought this antique samurai sword, and it was hanging, as a wall hanging. And he takes it out of the thing and he says, it is sharp enough. I think it can cut my wrist if I want to. And I'm like, what the hell? And I'm immediately fixing him left, right, and center. That was awful because that just shut him off for a while. And it was another time where something else that I came in with my fabulous solution where he said, please relax.
Yeah, actually they are very soft. That is what I was thinking, that in future they are going to face so many failures also, if you say, and obstacles also. If a small issue can make her so weak, then it's scary for a mother.
I think the main thing is let her be able to talk to you. You know, it's literally that, okay, I hear you, tell me
Okay.
more.
Yeah,
You know,
be
and she
supportive.
will
Yeah,
go
I've
like,
been
what?
that. Okay.
You know,
Fine.
and then if she doesn't want to talk at that time, all she needs to know is you're with her. I've got your back.
Okay.
You know, the fatty liver part,
Yeah.
right? So liver holds anger, an emotional root cause of a fatty liver is anger. You know, like unexpressed anger.
Okay.
So or unexpressed upset,
Is it
unexpressed
grief?
worries.
Grief as well?
The grief is in the heart, but there will be some sort of anger or upset related to that grief. Okay, so just ask him to literally make a list, acknowledge, or you know, and he doesn't even need to talk to you if he doesn't want to. He can at least write it down, whatever it is that he feels upset about, worried about, angry about, you know. So that's the emotional part. Liver releases, processes fat and it releases it into the colon. So when you have a fatty liver, the issue is never only related to the liver because it cannot release into the transverse colon if the transverse colon is full. So I'm also picking up there is some peristalsis issue, uh, in his colon as well. So there's a little bit more to it than that. Maybe we need to have another session, or there is a whole series that I've no, it's too early. There's another session that we probably need to talk a little bit more about this whole transverse colon. But right now, remove the load from the liver, first of all.
Load in the
List
sense
of
of
worries,
anger, and
anxieties,
also he's little obese,
worries,
maybe fat.
anxieties.
Okay. Can I do the thing you told about writing down and
Yeah,
burning
yeah,
it?
yeah,
And
yeah.
can I do it on his behalf? Can I ask him
No,
to write it down, and or
no,
he is required to
no.
do?
He has to do it. He has to do it.
He doesn't believe in all these things.
Yeah.
Tough for me to convince him. Okay.
It's okay. You know, that's
Anything
the
I
part
can
of
do
his
in his
journey.
behalf? On his behalf, can I do anything? Sorry to interrupt. You were saying something.
It won't release it from him. That's the issue because physiological is very physical, very conscious. So it has to be a conscious choice.
Okay.
That's the thing.
I'll try to convince. Let's see.
Even if he writes it all down, that in itself will take the load off a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, that I can do.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
In gratitude. Thank you.
I declare our session complete finally. Thank you.